Talk to me now, Mr. Officer. So the brother here say me I run the line, or me I do whatever.
You don't run the line, man.
What you say me do?
You overtake causing obstruction.
You say me alright, and you stop me now. See? And you don't have nothing to give me no ticket. So you hold on?
Cancel me come on.
Alright.
Yeah? So there are 2 tickets there. So.
Right.
So you see if you me actually please say you have it there, you know.
Alright, fair enough. Alright, hold on now.
Obey the law, I'm going to stop you.
Fair enough. Fair enough. And me explain to you, sir. Me I go nick grill. Right? And me dep on the work, me I go nick grill. See? You explain to me, say you don't have a ticketing machine, right? And you explain to me where me need to come for your ticket. Talk to me now. Where am I supposed to come for your ticket?
Police.
Alright. I don't know more be a good. Right? Hold on. Right. So officer, where you got?
Welcome to Jamaica Dancehall Source, news and entertainment with a buzz. The video that you just saw is a straightforward situation. Yes, if you violate the road code and the police see you, and it feels as if you did something wrong, you are supposed to be ticketed for that offense. You are supposed to pay within the allotted time. If not, a warrant will be served. But here's the thing about giving somebody a ticket. It is supposed to be at the convenience of the violator. Meaning that the officer on duty or the officer that instinctively pulls you over and wants to give you a ticket, he is supposed to have him ticket book or the ticketing machine. This driver that did this violation should not be inconvenienced, meaning that the officer is not supposed to take away this man's documentation, whether I'm driver's license, insurance, fitness, registration, whatever it is that he gave to him, and then command the man to follow him to the Barnett Street police station. That alone is a violation. That alone will not fly in any sorts of courts. There's a thing that I've always spoken about. He who fails to prepare, prepares to fail. So therefore, this officer was ill-prepared at the time in which he was giving this man a ticket. Again, I am not trying to say that the man did not deserve a ticket for violating the road code, but this man is not supposed to be inconvenienced. The officer is not supposed to seize your documentation. If it is a ticketed offense and this vehicle is not being towed, this man should not be inconvenienced. So people, this is clear cut. Here again, you have an officer of the law that don't know the law himself and feel as if he can just bend the law as it conveniences him and inconveniences somebody else. That is not how it goes. Point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news is the very disturbing trend that we see with women getting taken away and little picnic getting touch up. Meaning that some little peddy insert them pianists in the little picnic them. The latest person picture on the screen as I speak, 35-year-old Ricardo Brown. Ricardo Brown was in Old Harbour doing some work when he noticed 2 little picnic, 2 sisters, 1 9, 1 10. He then led these little picnic away down the little dirt path, take them in a bush, and feel up the little picnic them. The little picnic them run home to their mother and explain everything in intricate details. Mother shout the police. Apparently, throughout all of this, the man run left him ID. Run left his identification, have it, cannot show it because of YouTube's policy with persons, name and address, rate, lele, blue, blah, bling. However, fortunately, maybe about a week later in a St. Thomas, he was found based on his identification. I guess it had his address. He was arrested. The little pit them point him out in an identification parade, and he was officially charged. 6 charges on the screen as I speak. Now, people, when we hear about the details of this man's past, this man had just been released from prison, and guess for what? For the same old thing, and him come out and do the same old thing. Like them say, a leopard never changes its spot. Usually, they just continue doing the same old thing until them get the Tarzan, Jane, and the little monkey justice, or they're held once again. I want you to take a listen, take a look to what the mother had to say, to what the police had to say as it pertains to this incident, and then I'll give my piece.
Feel happy that him get catch, because when a person do a crime and still go back go do his same crime, that means they doesn't learn.
Me see her out all about one day when I go market, and she tell me say she really sorry. She really sorry about what happened. And she said anytime I want to help me, she can just call for her.
We're frightened if you know that the girl there, immediate. We're frightened. So when we go over there, because me and the girl mother move good. So when we go over there, we know up in no alarm. But we talk to them and the little pitney, them I tell we everything. Where boy do them over there, not only for me one. He molest the little pitney them over there too. And then if the girl tell we say police come there too.
Sure, the whole thing, they're smiling, so I'm happy to see that. And them playful same way. So I'm glad it's not taking a toll on their mental state.
We just start go counseling here because every time if we go counseling, something come up pertaining to the police. Then something have to come up every time a counseling session.
Since it happened, you gotta have a security. I wonder if somebody else in the bush, I gotta try something like that.
If you come to the test way, I have to walk, me just have to walk there because if I figure out Mali, I over there, I have to walk. I can't go take taxi and go all the way around and go back around to his school and go back. That don't make no sense. I have to just trust in God and just pass through there. And up in my eye, up in my ears there.
This is in respect to the two schoolgirls who were returning home from school and he led them in bushes. There was also another charge of sexual touching of a child laid against him.
So people, you heard what the loved ones had to say, the mother had to say, and the police had to say. I am guessing, and I think I speak for everybody, the biggest violation of a woman, apart from physical abuse, would actually be sexual, same thing. Violation. Feel as if they've been belittled to below sub-zero, down in the abyss of hell. And I am guessing it is even worse. Well, I don't have to guess. For a mother of a 9 and 10-year-old to be given that information by their child as those little picnic come home and shake like leaf as they explain what had just been done to both of them by that same individual. That individual should have been on the registry for touch-up people, petty people. He was not. He was out and about, leaving from St. Thomas all the way to Old Harbour, doing the same old thing in which he was convicted for. So again, this is system lapse. Again, we see people out here with all sorts of past that are not supposed to be around children, that are just out there preying on little pitney. And this is exactly what happened. Now, people, I don't know about you, but when you go through a little country community and you see where people have to walk through some little dirt path just to avoid the long walk home, but like them say, shortcut draw BLOOD. It causes a lot of people lose them life because while it might be swift away home, you're at the mercy of predators lurking in the bushes, and it seems as if that is what happened to these little picnic that are used to walk in this dirt path on their way home, the shortest distance from 2 points. An sad thing about this situation is that, like I said, this man is from St. Thomas. He is definitely not from Old Harbour. It was said that a young lady in the era brought him into the neighborhood. She had no idea of the type of person that he is. Now, people, I understand that sometimes people live a double life. However, because of your carelessness, meaning this lady, not doing the proper vetting process or just looking at a man looking some sorts of cocky, your quest for cocky almost got these two little pitney screwed for life. Point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news, it is called It Happened Again. It happened once more again. A next gun find at the wharf at a warehouse of Marcus Garvey Drive, in which they confiscated, seized 16 pistol and 250 plus rounds of ammunition, including 25 magazine. We hear so the police are elated because yes, the mechanics big fine, and each of those guns, each of those rounds could be responsible for somebody losing their life. So in excess of 250 people. We know so them can't really shoot, so if out of 250, them are gonna probably hit 50 or 15. Me no know, let me know what you think in the comment section, but that is not the point. So we see so the police are in celebratory mode. Based on the information, it is said that this was a high-level investigation conducted by Customs and the Jamaica Firearm and Narcotics Division. The Customs saw anomalies, meaning that something did not look quite right. So therefore, they did a secondary inspection. Upon that secondary inspection, they found these tools, these magazines, and these shots. Now, people, when we think about the fact that Jamaica, one of the top 3 places, top 5 at worst or best, depending on who you ask. People are losing them life 88% of the time is because of the tool. We see that you have a set of young men or even older men that are just determined that they want to turn Jamaica in a worse battleground, blood field. So they decide that they're going to live overseas, hustle the money. Most of the time they're involved in all sorts of illegal activities. So therefore they get these guns, magazine, and ammunition off of the black market. Truth and the fact you can go into the store and buy it and just erase out the serial number. Don't know the intricate details of any of these 16 tools. So most of the time these people come from the gangster lifestyle. Them go to America or wherever else. And them continue with the same old thing. Because they are so insecure within themselves. Because them love the hype. Because them like them name and call up. Because them want to be the man, the dan, the shatter, the person that govern the place. Them decide, say, them get an opportunity in the land of opportunity. However, them want to send down tool, send down magazine, send down shot, and turn the shot at them in a worse thing. All because they want that name recognition. All because they want to say, our people will say, them are run the place. They have zero conscience, zero blood are run through them vein. They are so filled with hate. They are so intended to continue the FUCKRY. Make people lose them life just for their own ego. People, something is definitely wrong with this ghetto mentality, badness mentality that we see. It is contagious. It is addicted. And very disturbingly in this case, once again, me hear so them find tool, me hear so them find magazine, me hear so them find shot. All good and well. But where are the shutters? Where is the purse that was supposed to pick this up? Where was this supposed to be delivered at? How come there was no such a sting operation? It seems as if the sting operation flopped, just like Sting, point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news, if you ever had any sorts of doubt that money talks and bullshit walks, and who control Jamaica, well, you're going to get the answer once again, as if you shouldn't have known. So a couple of weeks ago, maybe a month ago or so, we saw that the relevant authority running and they closed down a group of Chinese mechanic shop, in which there was lines, city blocks for people waiting on a daily basis, early in the morning, crack a dawning, like them doing some free cheese line, just to see the mechanic at a good rate that seems as if he is competent. Polar opposite of what most mechanics in Jamaica are. So people were glad to see these Chinese mechanics pop up, open shop, pop-up shop. However, soon after, the pop-up shop kind of flop-up shop. So we saw that Colonel Charles Jr., he did a news conference and he announced that These shops are going to be opened back up. These shops, we are in talk with the proprietors of these shops, and we are going to make sure that they are regularized, have the proper documentation, and the people have the requisites, paperwork or work permits. Now, if you ask most Jamaicans, it might be mixed reviews based on the fact that a group of Jamaicans could not, no way under Master God's son, gone to China, set up shop, and flop out the other mechanics them over there. Well, Jamaicans are just not built like that. So that would not happen, and the system over there would not allow it. However, it seems as if Jamaica is very lenient, Jamaica is very sympathetic to certain set of people. If are the Asian them, however, the high color people and the people with the blue and the green eyes, them kind of look on them different. Maybe it is because of financial status. Me no know. Let me know in the comment section. So most Jamaicans are going to say, yeah, we want them back because them are work good and the prices are right. So therefore, everything is good, polar opposite of what you get with promises from a lot of these mechanics. Speaking in general, yes, we have a good mechanic, but they are far and few between. So I'm going to let you hear what Colonel Charles himself has to say as it pertains to that, and then I'll give my piece.
I can advise that they have made formal applications for the regularization of their status. It is an interministerial process in terms of advancing the necessary assessments to determine if any sanctions or what sanctions through the Ministry of National Security, and also to identify and to advance whatever issues in terms of work permit or immigration status will be required for them to be regularized. There are two things that we said that we have continued to do. Is one, to make sure that the rule of law is upheld in Jamaica, and that anyone operating who is a foreign national, which is what comes under the Ministry of Labour and Social Security, does so in adherence to the law. I've received letters, I've received calls, and several persons who have indicated that the gap in that space in terms of the labour market is persuading them to encourage the government to help these companies to get a space because of the affordability, reliability, and effectiveness of their service. And so we do not create any barrier. We are facilitating as best as we can. Once the law is adhered to, we are continuing to do everything we can to ensure that they can reopen as quickly as possible.
So people, you heard what the relevant authority had to say. These are the people with power. These are the decision makers. These people have decided that, yes, for the betterment of the country, even though they might have violated the country's rules and law, we are going to just give them a little slap on the wrist and tell them, listen, don't do it again. Get on a ish together and come back, wheel and come again, rewind. People like me say, this proves exactly what we've always known, that money talks and a whore around Jamaica. These people have the link. These people in the real body club beat of the wholesale type. Point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news, continuing on the theme of it happened again, it happened once more again. An ex-Jamaican teacher get the opportunity to go to America, specifically Florida, United States, to go teach. I am speaking about a Jamaican, Jonathan Rowe, 45-year-old, said to be a maths teacher at the Explorer K-8 school that is in Florida, like I said before. He was officially charged by the Florida Department of Correction, police, feds, for distributing obscene materials to a minor and using two-way device during the commission of a felony. Now, I don't know if I communicate through WhatsApp or one of those other platforms for getting victims. However, it seems as if things did not work out as he had determined or as he thought. Because those pictures that he was sending, I guess him Teal picture or whatever, it ended up in the hand of the authority. Don't know if there was some sort of sting, them have that program in a foreign to catch a predator and them catch him in the act. Catch him ass out. Well, people, this man, don't know if he's there, get some sort of work permit because of the fact that he's a teacher. And you know, a lot of Jamaican teachers are being recruited to the United States. So he got the opportunity of a lifetime. And instead of taking advantage of it, he was there taking advantage of some little picnic. And his deeds caught up to him. Jamaican people out there, America and Jamaica is two different kettle of fish. And while it might be seems as if it is a 50+ states of pervert and PORN hub, it is not like that. It is not like what it seems. These people are very serious with when it comes to any sorts of crime of the most vulnerable in a society, meaning elderly people, meaning women, and even Osara, little pitney. If you touch them little pitney, you are going to get the full brunt of the law. So this man more than likely is going to get a couple of decades in the big yard and then sent back to Jamaica from whence he came. There goes his teaching profession in America. However, I am sure when he comes back to Jamaica, he will fit in just like the other rest of them. Point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news is based off a couple of pictures that have been making their rounds over social media, which shows a busybody in a Clarendon, Maypen to be specific. On or about May 21st, 2025, it is said that he is a person of interest or even worse, a suspect in at least 4 robberies in a 24 hours and touching up 2 women in a 24 hours. So it is said this busybody has been busy robbing, busy racking up his body counts. Now people, 24 hours, 4 robberies, 2 jump over fence. You know, sister, this man very serious. You know, sister, this is what we call a serial of boats. This man broke in a 4 people place and violated 2 women, all in a 24 hours span. So just imagine what he was doing before that, the 21st of May, and what he has been doing since the 21st of May. Well, maybe he is in hiding now that his pictures are out there. So the pictures on the screen as I speak. Hopefully somebody, even though he is trying to disguise himself, will recognize him and call the police. So whether are your family member, your brother, or your son, please to call the police before the police light out his day. Take away the sun and make it very gloomy, dark for him, which is what he absolutely deserves. People like these should not be breathing the same air, should not be given the opportunity to coexist with the rest of us legal, law-abiding, tax-paying citizens. It should be DEATH upon sight. Point blank and period. So anyways, people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like these, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. Bless up.